Thank you, Pastor. Good morning, church family. My name is Charles Ludd Jr., and I, with other dedicated members of First AME family, have been working to provide information for those who've been affected by the Eden Canyon fire. And I'll be very brief this morning. I just wanted to talk about stewardship. And stewardship means managing and being faithful to the things that God has placed in our domain. That includes this community. That includes this recovery process. And so there are some ways throughout this process where we can ensure that we're good stewards. I understand that many are receiving the proceeds from insurance benefits. It's important that we're stewards with regard to those proceeds because those proceeds are for the purpose of rebuilding. And so we, First AME Church, will be hosting a workshop, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, with regard to financial information on how best to be stewards with regard to those proceeds. But I've been asked questions about it. My information that I'm providing is make sure that it's placed in an account where the principal is protected, where there are no fees attached to that account, and preferably where you're gaining interest so that over time the money can sustain the rebuild that's coming. Let us continue to make informed decisions. I say this all the time. Questions are precursors to answers. Answers provide information, and in this process, information is power. So let us continue to ask questions and to make sure that we have the information that we need. Another way that we can be stewards is holding institutions accountable. We're dealing with insurance companies, we're dealing with utility companies. Let us keep in mind that they need to do right by us and by our community. And stewardship also extends to our local economy. Just yesterday, First AME hosted a rebuild workshop in the fellowship hall. We had information from local contractors who were local to this community, who look like us, who have our best intentions in mind. So part of that process is to make sure that we are hiring local businesses and contractors where possible. We're keeping money circulating in our own neighborhoods, all right? And last but not least, another aspect of stewardship is stewardship for our environment. I never really considered myself an environmentalist, but our environment is screaming at us. And so in this process, when we're rebuilding, we want to take extra effort to think about resilience and sustainability. How can we build in a way that's sustainable and resilient and green, so that the legacy that we've implanted, or that the legacy of this community can continue for others. Another option, yesterday we had the rebuilding workshop. Another thing we discussed in the rebuilding workshop were additional methods of rebuilding. One of those I want to highlight is modular rebuilding. Horace Wormley Jr. came to talk about modular homes. Modular is not prefabricated, it's not manufactured. Modular is where homes are put together in a off-site and are brought on-site and placed together in a way that they meet all building codes. That may be an option. And again, these are just options. I'm not saying that this is the only option, but we should explore all options, and I wanted to highlight that. The video from the workshop that we have yesterday is available. I will be sending a link out to that, so I encourage you, if you weren't able to attend, that you take a moment to review the information that we shared. And with that, let's all be good stewards. God is faithful. He's promised us restoration. And so we are going to believe for what God has already promised. Amen?